Okay, Artish, join. Join করো Artish. আজ হচ্ছে today's 11th February, right? 11/2/2023. Sociology. So in our previous class we have covered till chapter 4, right? Chapter 4. So in this class we will start from chapter number 5, that is change and development in industrial society. Good morning, Artish. So in our previous class we have completed chapter 4 only, and in this class we will start from chapter number 5, that is change and development in industrial society. That means in this chapter they have talked about how our Indian society has transformed through agricultural system to industrial system. So they will talk about this in this chapter. So first of all, you have to keep in your mind that go through page number 74. You will find the images of industrial society. So basically, they have given each and every important things regarding this topic. In the page number 75, you will find in the first para that okay, Marx called the situation or alienation when people is not enjoying their work. Okay, Atish, you got the page number, right? So basically, they have given the historical background, how it has evolved throughout our country. So basically, they talks about this. Ha ha ha. Basically, they talks about this and how our Indian society evolved from agrarian system to industrial system. So basically, they have given the introduction part in page number 74. And if you go through page number 75, you will find they have given in which country it was started. That means the industrial system. Basically, we have seen that in the industrial revolution, right, in Britain. So first, basically, industrial revolution was started in Britain. So industrial revolution was started in Britain. How they started? So basically, they loot each and everything from India, and they use that resources to make their industry in Britain. In which century? That is in 18th century, right? So that's why Britain's industrial system was introduced. Basically, they loot from India. So how much money they have looted? So basically, in a documented form, if you go through the documented information, you will find that at least 45 trillion, okay, 45 trillion US dollar was looted from India through documented way. Okay, that means you will find that in paper. Okay, 45 trillion US dollar, 45 trillion. Okay, so these are the amount of money British looted from India. These are documented. So if you can, I think you can realize that how much wealth they have looted which are not documented. Okay, you got my point, right? So the amount is huge, that is 45 trillion. So what is the current GDP of India? 3 trillion. So I think you can realize how much wealth they loot. Artish, got it? Okay, that's the amount of money British loot from India, documented. Okay. Next, you will find that they have given the industrial output that we have seen from 1977 to 1978 to 1999 to 2000. You will see the graph, page number 76. You will find the graph. So in the graph, they have given the list also that how many people are salaried employed in 1977. Those who are works in like in industrial sector or in small industry. So these are the people are employed in this industrial sector. You will find the graph also, right? You got the graph, right? 76 page. Artish, Artish, this is very crucial. This amount, okay? So you should keep in your mind. Artish, can you hear me? Okay, okay. Next. So next you will find the what is formal sector and what is informal sector. You should keep this in your mind. What is informal sector? What is formal sector? Okay. What is blue collar job? What is white collar job? I think you know each and everything, right? What is blue collar job, what is white collar job. Okay, so these are the things you should keep in your mind. Okay. Next, what is the informal sector? What is formal sector? You will find it, these things in page number 76. Okay, okay. This is ultra very basic, no? This is very basic thing. So you will find all of these things in page number 76. Next, if you go through page number 77, you will find that industrialization is the early years of Indian independence. See, we got independence from Britain in 1947, right? So in 1947, after our independence, so basically we have taken many industrial policy for our future development, right? So such as you will find this, we have made so many infrastructure on that time. Okay, so defense, transport and communication, power, mining, many kind of project were introduced on that time for our future development. So you will find this in this para, like industrialization in the early years of independence. Okay, so you should keep this in your mind, that second para of 77 page. Okay, at least 77 pages second para is very crucial, because you should know the historical background of industrial policy in India. Okay, so these are the things you will find in page number 77, second para. You got it right? At least 77 page second para, that is the industrialization is the key years of Indian independence. This is very crucial and very important. Okay, so you should know the historical background of industrialization in India, so that's why you should keep this in your mind. Next, third part is globalization, liberalization, and change in Indian industry. So, how globalization has changed through years in India? We can say that starting the liberalization process was started in 1991, right? So, the what is LPG model? So, in the year 1991, we introduced LPG model in India. So, LPG model means liberalization, privatization, globalization, right? So these are the things was introduced in 1991 in India. That's before that our market was closed. Okay, so these things help India for our future growth. They have given the example also like Parley drinks, Coca Cola. Okay, these are the company. Uh, Basically, they worked in India on that time, and Coca Cola is a huge company, right? Huge company, Coca Cola. Okay, so these are the things you should keep in your mind, that in which year our market was open, what is LPG model, what is the full form of LPG. Okay, you know that, right? Liberalization, privatization, globalization, these are the full form of LPG model. Okay, Artish, you got my point, right? Okay, this is very basic. See, these are the things you should follow. Next you will find the retail chains scramble to enter in Indian market. Okay, so how retailers started in India, basically their business, they talked about in box number 5.1. So you should go through this box number 5.1, page number 78. Next, directly you should come page number, um, okay, page number 82. Come to page number 82. These are very important, the industrial policy we have taken, and how the changes we can see in Indian market. So you will find the factory workers, they are working in the factory. So basically, in the picture you can see that the scooty was made. um, okay, you can see the line of scooty. So they have given the terms and condition like, okay, an American called Frederick Walson Taylor invented a new system in the 1890s. So you should know the date, page number 82, last para. Page number 82, last para. Artish, you got it right? Page number 82, last para, that an American called Frederick Winslow Taylor invented a new system in the 1890s, which he called scientific management. Okay. It is also known as Taylorism or industrial engineering. So, what is industrial engineering? You should know this. So, these are the things. You will find this in page number 82, last para. Okay. This is the memorization thing. You should. follow. Next. Okay, okay. So basically, they have given the example that in which way a worker has to work on that time. So basically, that time, in nowadays we can see 8 hours working system, right? 8 hours, or sometimes you can say the 12 hours. But basically, the standard time limit is 8 hours, right? So before that, the time limit was very high. Okay, sometimes they have to work 12 hours, sometimes to 16 hours. So there was no scheduled time limit. Okay, so this was very a bad time for the workers also. Okay, so they have given each and every list. Okay, so you will find that the working condition, page number 84. I told you, right? So nowadays we can see 8 hours working permit. So before that it was huge. So that's why they have given the example also, that page number 85, you can see the photo, right? That workers in undergoing mines face very dangerous condition. The condition was also very hard. Okay, due to flooding, fire, and collapse of roofs and slides, the emission of gases and ventilation failures, many workers develop breathing problem and diseases like tuberculosis and silicosis. Okay, so you should know the historical background of the workers also. Okay, so these are the historical background, then in which way they have to go through each and every day, right? So the time has changed and the system and process also changed. So you should know the background also, then that will help you to answer any broad type question or MCQ type question. Okay, so these are the things you should follow. That is page number 85, second para. You got it, right? They have given the historical background, then what was the situation on that era. Atish, you got it, right? Page number 85, second para. What was the condition of this worker in their industry? So they have given an example. Atish, can you hear me? Okay, okay, okay. So these are the things you should follow. Next, next we will find. Okay, they have given the home-based work, that is BD making factory. Okay, you can see that page number 86. The life history of a BD worker. Okay, you will find that in box number 5.7, page number 87. So you should go through that para also. That life history of a BD worker. Okay, those who made the BD. Okay, cigarette is for elite, BD is for common people basically, right? So that's why, because cigarette is very expensive, and the price of a single BD, right? So this, it's a huge industry, this BD making industry. Okay, so these are the things you have to follow in this সত্যি বড় ইন্ডাস্ট্রি, ঠিক আছে? প্রচুর, তুমি যদি গ্রামাঞ্চলে যাও, আমি তার জন্যই বলছি, ঠিক আছে, গ্রামীণ অঞ্চলে যাও বা শহরতলিতে যাও, তো তাহলে দেখবে কত, মানে জেনারেলি মহিলারা, বাচ্চারাও কিন্তু বানায় বেসিক্যালি বিড়ি, তাদের ওটা বলো, দেখো কন্টিনিউয়াসলি ফোন করে যাচ্ছে, আর কি বলবো, যাই হোক। তো এই হচ্ছে, দেখো স্ট্রাইকস গুলো কি করে হচ্ছে আমাদের এখানে, এই জিনিসটা তোমার খেয়াল রাখা দরকার, ঠিক আছে? ইউনিয়ন, so you can see so many trade union, right? So how this trade union works, so basically you should know this. So you will find this in page number 87, page number 87. Okay, ঠিক আছে Artish? So these are the things you should follow in this chapter number 5. So if you have any question, ask. Huh. If you have any question, if you have any doubt, so these are the things you should follow. So these are very general things. So no, there is no conceptual thing basically in this chapter. In the previous chapter, we can see so many conceptual things, but in this chapter, that is very each and everything are very flat type. Okay, so you have to memorize each and everything. Okay, so in this chapter, so that's why this is a memorization chapter basically. So how trade union was introduced in India, how basically they works, and how the strikes on going on, strike system was going on in each and every part in our country, how the trade union works basically. Okay, so how the BD worker works. Okay, so what are the working condition of this factory worker? So these are the things you should keep in your mind. Okay, okay. So in this way, we have completed chapter number 5. Okay, now we have to go through chapter number 6. Okay, so chapter number 6 is globalization and social change. So I think you already know that what is globalization and what is social change. So social change means how social has changed drastically throughout the years. So basically, this term's meanings is this. What is social change? That is how social drastically changes through year by year. Okay. Next, they have given so many examples. So if you go through page number 93, you will find that what is the meaning of globalization. Okay, so suppose I am telling you an example. So globalization means basically free flow of goods and capital. Okay, to be very frank and to be very cautiously or precisely, if we say that what is globalization, free flow of goods and um, services. Okay, that is basically globalization in free market. Okay. Next, so you will find so many dimensions and their social consequences in globalization. These are the things you will find in page number 93. Ha ha ha. So what is globalization? Basically, free flow of goods and capital. Okay, next. Okay, okay. So you will find that each and everything regarding this globalization thing. They have given the example that how this globalization basically works. So I am telling you the example, right? So in previous years we only got the Hindustan motor car, and nowadays we can see uh, Maserati car in India also. Okay, so these are the things which is possible through this globalization system. Okay, next. They have given so many examples regarding these things, right? And in April 2001, okay, they have given the consumer procedure. That consumers means we, because we consume each and everything, right? Suppose you bought uh, a packet of milk. Okay, then you are the consumer because you are consuming that milk, and the shopkeeper is the seller. So these are the things basically works. So they have given so many examples regarding this, that what is basically globalization. You will find each and everything regarding this in page number 94. So are global interconnections new to world and to India? So these things are important. Like you will find this page number 95, that global interconnection we can see. If you want to buy anything nowadays, what will you do? Suppose you will use your smartphone, go to your Amazon, then you can buy each and everything throughout the world, right? Through your Amazon website. So how these things are happening through globalization process. Okay. So through globalization, we can buy and sell each and everything from our home also, right? If you made any product in your home and if you try to sell it, you can use social media. So in social media, we can use it in a positive way. Okay, so this in this way globalization basically works. So they have given so many examples regarding these things, that is independent India and the world. So after the independence, our market was basically closed. Okay, so our market was open in the year 1991. So before that, the market was basically closed. We have to made each and everything which is required in our country, and basically that things are consumed by Indian till 1991. Okay, so from 1947 to 1991, this thing was the system. Basically, we whatever we made in our own country, we basically consume each and everything. Okay, because market was not opened at that time. If you want to buy anything from foreign country, you have to work hard. Okay, and the price was basically 4 or 5. Uh, you have to pay 4 or 5% more at least. Okay, So time has changed basically. The defined dimension of globalization, they have given the economic globalization. Uh-huh. So the defined dimension of globalization, the economic point of view. So I think you got the economic point of view, right? So because basically the economic policy has changed, we got the liberalization process. Liberal means what? Open, liberal form. Okay. The economic policy of liberalization has changed in India in so many ways. From July 1991, this system or this pattern was introduced. Okay, we follow the WTO terms. WTO means World Trade Organization. Okay, basically India is one of the key member of the WTO, right? WTO means World Trade Organization. Okay, you know this, right? That we have a good connection with World Bank also. We have a good connection with IMF also. IMF means what? IMF means International Monetary Fund. So these are the world class institution. Though they basically help each and every country throughout the world in a monetary way. Okay. Ha ha ha. So these are the things you should keep in your mind. So what is this IMF? What is this World Bank? How they works? Okay. So what is UNESCO? What is their core value? What is their headquarter? Okay. So you should know each and everything regarding this topic. Okay. This is very basic. But if you don't know the exact data, this is next to impossible to find out the correct option between this A, B, C, D. Okay. So you should know the exact data. So if you don't know what is WTO, in which year it was introduced in India, in which year it was established, what is the uh, core idea of WTO, what is IMF. So you should know each and everything regarding this topic. Okay, right. So these are the things you should follow. Next, electronic economy. So basically, electronic economy is connected through. Suppose what is electronic economy? So we basically use online. Yeah, nowadays we can use online in every possible way for our day-to-day life. Suppose if you want to transfer your money, okay. Suppose one of your elder brother is in Ladakh. Okay, so if you want to transfer him, suppose 10,000 rupees, so you can use through UPI, right? So these are the things we can see, but this system was not there at least 5 years ago, right? 5 years, no, 10 years ago, this was not possible. Okay, on that era, you have to follow banking procedure, right? But nowadays, you can use UPI things, and within a seconds, you will got the money, right? You got my example, right, Atish? So but in 10 years ago, this was not the system. You have to go to the bank, okay, then you have to mark his account number, okay, you have to connect your account number, you have to send it through your banks, and you have to stand on a queue in your SBI branch or Punjab National Bank. So time has changed. So that's why they are saying that electronic economy has changed each and everything. Artish, you got my point, right? How our economy has changed through this electronic way, how online has changed everything. বোঝা গেল জিনিসটা? I'm talking about UPI, like your Google Pay, Phone Pay. 10 years ago, it was not possible, right? So that's why I'm giving you the example. Ha 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 ha. Okay, okay, okay. So these are the things you should realize. Next, global communications. So how this global communications works. So basically, in 2004, I think you have seen the movie Social Network, right? It was released in 2010, the Social Network. So they basically talked about how Facebook was started, how Facebook was invented. I think if you have not seen that movie, you should seen that movie. Okay, movie name is The Social Network. Okay, 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 okay. So you should watch it. So through social network, we have a global communication system right now, right? And basically, it's free. Okay, so free means yes, you have to recharge your internet to use their social media, but basically they are free, right? So that's why it was not possible in 1980s. Okay, so that's why the time has changed. Basically, the communication system, the world become this little nowadays, right? Through this social media. So they have given that the global communication system, how it basically changed through years. they have given the example. Some basically they have given the telephone, TV, radio example. But nowadays we can see the social media hyperactivity, right? Now the latest current is chat GTP. Okay, I think you have heard about it, right? Chat GTP. So this is the things you should follow. So you should know the core idea of what is chat GTP. Okay, because this is in news, right? Ha ha ha. So you should know the core idea of this part, chat GPT. Okay, how it works basically, yeah, which country introduced it and which company introduced it, how it works, what is AI, artificial intelligence, how basically AI works. Okay, so these are the things you should follow. Okay, they have given the cellular telephone, they have given the mobile example. Okay, so in previous time we have to use mobile. Okay, so suppose you wants to talk to your friend in UK, you have to call in a STD, right? So the expense is very high, right? That is very expensive basically. So through internet we basically use that in a free way. Okay, now what is the call charge of UK? If you want to call your friend in UK, what will be the call charge? Answer is zero. If you use WhatsApp, right? If you use WhatsApp, your friend is in UK. If you want to talk to with him, the uh, amount you have to spend is zero, because WhatsApp call is basically free, right? So time has changed. So how it has changed, we have to give example. So you will find each and every example regarding this in page number 103. Clear? You got my point, right, Artish? So these are the things you should keep in your mind. They have given the cellular telephony example. Cellular telephony means mobile they are talking about. Okay. Next. Okay. So in page number 104, you will find the mobile phone also, that how basically mobile phone, how basically this mobile phone works. Okay. So suppose in the year 2006, what is the call rate of Airtel? Do you know that? In 2006, the call rate of I still remember that the call rate was one rupee 50 paise. Okay, and nowadays everything is right, basically free through Geo, right? But yes, you have to pay at least 6 months recharge, but that has changed basically. On that time, you have to pay for receiving your call. Okay, when you are calling someone, you have to pay, but if you receive any call, then they, then you must pay also on that time. So time has drastically changed, no? That time Airtel was very prominent provider. Okay, Airtel and Reliance. That time Hutch was there, Hutch company. Ha ha ha. Reliance was very prominent on that. They have their own mobile phone. Okay. Next, okay, they have given what is globalization and employment and how basically it works. Globalization and political changes. So how politics has changed through globalization. Okay. So basically now you can, nowadays you can say that the social media tools are used to to own this, to win in the election. If you go through this Russian election or India or USA uh, general election, you will find that basically social media used as a tool to win in general election. So these are the things you can say positive or negative, but you cannot deny the fact that social media play a vital role in today's politics. Okay. BSNL was there. BSNL was there. See, BSNL was the first provider in our country basically, and it was the government. Okay. So in which your first mobile call was introduced in India. So who made the first call in Kolkata? Uh, Jyoti Basu made the first call in 1995. Okay, mobile call. That was the mobile call I am talking about. Okay, that was the year 1995. Okay. So in which year Kolkata Metro was introduced in 1983. So you should know this basic fact. No? These are the ultra basic fact. You should know. So why everything was started in Kolkata? Basically tradition. So why? Because Kolkata was the main city in British India. Not only British India, but also it was the biggest and greatest and most powerful city except London. Okay. So that's why Kolkata is very influential from that time also. So that's why each and everything uh, was started through Kolkata. Ha 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 ha. Hmm. That's the case. That's why everything starts in Kolkata also. Nowadays you can also see the same thing. Okay. Next you will find gender and culture and consumption. So how consumerism has changed through day by day, cosmetics and this. I think you have seen the video. Like I think 2 years. Okay, 2 years before I made a video how this face whitening cream. This is the net worth of face whitening cream in India. 5,000 crore. Okay, these are the market value of whitening cream in India. Okay, ফর্সা করা cream. হ্যাঁ 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 তো এটা কি করে দেখো how this consumerism the culture of consumption has changed India. Okay, so these are the things we should know that Lakme is a Tata group basically, right? So there are so many brands we can see in our Indian market. So the consumer market basically has changed after 1990s. So I think you have go through our website, right? Kaushikira.in. Regarding this, I made an article to how why in 1994 basically India got Miss Universe and Miss World. Okay, so these are the things you should follow. What is the propaganda behind this? What is the background behind this? So why all of a sudden in 1994 we got Miss World and Miss Universe in India? See, I respect and also love Sushmita Sen and Ashwarya Rai. These are the not case. The case is this: why in 1994 we got these two title? Because the multinational company has to come in South Asia, so they want the face of Indian beauty. That's why we got Miss World and Miss Universe in 1994, and in that way this L'Oreal Paris, okay, and each and every whitening cream and basically cosmetics brand wants to grab the Indian huge market, right? Because they wants to grab the uh, middle class market of India. That's why on that year we got Miss and Miss World and Miss Universe. Okay, you got the point, right, Artish? To capture Indian market, okay, consumer market, because this is very high. So how many percentage of women we have? Suppose we have 100 crore people. So how many female are there? At least 50 crore. So that is 500 million consumer. You got my point, right? So in order to get this 500 million consumer, you have to need a face. So who are the face? Aishwarya Rai Bachchan and Sushmita Sen. So you got my point, right? Okay, okay, okay. So that's why, yes, they are very multi-talented and they are outstanding. But why they got the title in 1994? And they both they got the title 1994 only, right? So because this multinational company wants to enter our market, so that's why the face is very necessary for them. Okay, so that's why they made a huge step. You got the background, right, Artish? The why we want Miss World and Miss Universe in 1994. Okay, so these are because they are very powerful and very ha 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 ha. So these are the things you should follow. So in this way, chapter 6 has complete. So if you have any question and if you have any doubt, ask. To try to realize the core idea of each and every step. Okay, that will help you for your further education. Okay, try to realize the propaganda behind this. Try to realize the core idea behind this. Okay, okay, no doubt, sir. Understood. Okay, okay, okay. ঠিক আছে, you should know the core idea যে হঠাৎ করে এত লাস্ট কবে হয়েছিল 1966 in the year 1966 we got Rita Faria, right? She was the first Miss World from India. তো এত বছর ধরে, এত 30 বছর ধরে কেউ সুন্দরী কেউ কিছু ছিল না, হঠাৎ করে 94 সালে হয়ে গেল। ঠিক আছে, বুঝতে পারছো? তো এই হচ্ছে কারণ। তো দিস আর দ্য থিংস ইউ শুড ফলো। 30 বছর ধরে কেউ সুন্দরী হয়নি, হঠাৎ করে সুন্দরী হয়ে গেছে 94 সালে। ওকে, তো দিস আর দ্য পয়েন্ট ইউ শুড ফলো। নেক্সট উই হ্যাভ, হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ, next we have chapter number 7. That is chapter number 7. Chapter number 7 we have mass media and communications. So what is mass media? So mass media, you know each and everything, right? Mass media means news. Mass media basically TV, radio, newspaper, each and everything are related to mass media. Okay, and nowadays one of the greatest mass media of all time is social media. Basically nowadays we used not 24 hours, 25 hours in our social media. Okay, so these things has changed each and everything. So because suppose in 2007 8 it was very expensive to use any kind of social media. Okay, but after 2010 we can see a boom of social media. Okay, so many people are using this social media after 2010. Okay, and if you want to see the hyper level jump, you will find that after the Geo came. Okay, in the year 2016, Reliance Jio has introduced basically the free internet system, right? So after that, each and every Indian basically use this free system and become addicted. Okay, social media addiction have introduced in India through this Geo platform. Okay, and nowadays we are 25 hours in online, not only 24 hours. Okay, so how this basically changed Indian phone market and internet market. So you have to go through this regarding this topic. Okay, so they have given, see, they have given television, newspaper, film, magazine, advertisement, video games, and CDs. Example. Okay. Next, the first is growing cell phone market. Okay, there have been a phenomenal expansion of mass communication of all kinds recent years. So you should know the example also, though, that how this social media has changed everything. How we used this internet kind of thing nowadays in each and every work, right? Suppose if you want to do any work, if you want to if you want to watch a video, then directly you will go to YouTube. So in order to open your YouTube, you should have internet connection, right? So these are the things that have changed drastically. And before 2010, it was very expensive to use this internet, and nowadays this is very cheap regarding if you want to compare it with 2010 price, that is cheap basically. So I'm giving you an example in the year 2004, okay, 15. In 2015, the Vodafone cost basically, Vodafone internet cost was basically 249 rupees for 2 GB internet. The validity is 30 days. I think you got my point that how expensive it was. Only 2 GB, okay, but you have to you have to pay 249 rupees. This was the price of Vodafone, and that time Vodafone speed was really good. And after 2016, Geo has changed everything, each and everything. Okay, next Okay. Okay, they have given the beginning of modern mass media. So how this modern mass media has changed. So you should know each and everything how social media has changed everything. So you should keep this in your mind how social media changed everything. In which year which social media introduced. Okay, so you should know these basic facts. In which year Facebook was introduced. The answer is 2004. Okay, so you should know this social media background. In which year the Google was introduced. Okay, clear. So you should know the historical background also. Okay, so Ilbert Bill was introduced in 1883 in India. Okay, so you should know the historical background of this media also. Clear. You should go through from this British time. Okay, so what is the famous newspaper of India? You should know each and every renowned newspaper like Keshori, which was published in Marathi language, Matribhumi was published in Malayalam language, Amrit Bazar Patrika was published in English, and before that, Amrit Bazar Patrika was published in Bengali also. Okay, so these are the things you will find in page number 117. Clear? You will find these things in 117 page. Okay, page number 117. Okay. Okay, mass media in independent India. Okay, so how mass media has changed in independent India. So they have given radio example how radio has changed each and everything. You should they have given television. Then they have given the print media. So how radio was introduced in India, in which year it was introduced. Okay, you should know the background. This is very basic, right? How television was introduced, in which year television was introduced in India, in which year DD National was started. Okay, so you should know these basic facts. This is very basic, right? Next, you should go through what is print media. That is, they are talking about newspaper. Okay, okay, they are talking about newspaper only. Newspaper, and sometimes they are talking about magazine. Okay, nowadays we can say each and everything in magazine. You can find Bengali magazine, English, Hindi, Sanskrit, each and every languages. Okay. Next they have given. Next they have given globalization and the media. So how this globalization has changed the media platform. Okay. So you should know each and everything regarding this. How print media has changed everything. Okay. So the Indian language newspaper revolution. So you should recall each and everything regarding this 7.9 box number 7.9. See, box number 7.9, page number 124. This is very important. Okay, the Indian language newspaper revolution. You got it right? Artish, page number 124. In page number 124 you will find the Indian language newspaper revolution, how this revolution was introduced. Okay. Hmm. So you should follow this. Next, page number 127, changes is newspaper production, the role of technology. So how this newspaper production has changed. So nowadays, sometimes some people wants to buy physical newspaper, but if you want to read Anandabazar Patrika or Times of India, you can read in a PDF form. You can read it in online also, right? So these things has changed. In older times, you have to, if you want to read Anandabazar Patrika, if you want to read Telegraph, if you want to read Times of India, you have to buy it physically. Okay. But nowadays, if you want to read the Hindu newspaper, you can subscribe the Hindu newspaper and use it in a PDF way. Okay. You don't need to buy in a physical form. You can buy it at online also. Right. So time has changed. So they have given this example that how the technology has changed this printing system or the media system. Okay, next they have given the example of the television. In 1991 there was one state controlled TV channel, that is Doordarshan. Okay, so they have given the example also. By 1998 there was almost 70 channels. So 1998 was not very older times, right? That is basically 25 years, 25 years or 26 years, right? YEAR. Okay. So in 1999, 1998, India, 1998, we have 70 channel. Okay. 70 channel means TV channel. So nowadays, you will find thousands of channel, right? So how this has changed everything, you should recall each and everything. You should learn this. You will find this in page number 129. So this is very important, how the television system has changed everything. Okay. The in the 90s time, if you find a TV in a certain home, they are considered basically a elite person in 90s. Okay, so but everything has changed through time, right? And in 2000s also, in 2000s, or at least 2000 to 25, 2000 to 2005, in that era, if someone wants a mobile, he is very rich person. Okay, in the year 2000, from 2000 to 2005, if anyone has a mobile, he is basically a ultra elite or basically a rich person. Okay, so but even today, each and everyone has mobile phone, right? So things has changed. Yes, they have an example of Radio Gaga, uh, not Lady Gaga, that is Radio Gaga. Okay, Radio Gaga. Okay. Next, they have given the radio example, how this has changed the radio system. FM system has changed everything. Radio Mirchi, like Red FM. These are the things we can see now. Okay, so these are the things we have to follow from these chapters. So in the conclusion part, they have given that the essential part of our personal and public life today cannot be emphasized enough. Mm, it links the state and the market, its social organization and management, its relationship and the leaders and audience. In other words, in books and both of the constraints which media operates and the many ways that is affects our lives. Okay, so that's why they have given the exam conclusion part. So these are the things we have to go through from these chapters. This is so many things you will find from these chapters. Your duty is to memorize each and everything regarding this part, because we are talking about so many uh, media things, right? Like television, radio, newspaper, and in which year this media was introduced, what are their characteristics, how it has changed drastically through years. Now you should know the power of social media, how many people uses social media in India right now. So you should know the basic fact. So which social media we use the most in India. Okay, so these things you should know. Clear, Artish? Facebook and WhatsApp are the most used social media in India. Okay, Facebook, number one is Facebook, number two is WhatsApp. They are basically US company, but if you go through the statistics, you will find that Indians are using this social media more than the American, because they have only 35 million people, right? But in India, you will find 1.4 billion people. Okay, so how many smartphones do we have in India right now? So in India, we have more than 100 crore smartphone. Okay, no, smartphone, mobile phone. Okay, not a smartphone. Nowadays, in India, you will find 100 crore mobile phone. Okay, so if you segregate through the mobile phone, at least 40 to 60% are smartphone right now. Okay, so these are the statistics you should know for your entrance point of view. So you will find each and everything regarding these topics in Google. Okay, if you just search it, you will find each and everything regarding this. So you should follow the update version for your entrance examination. Okay, so this is very important. Okay, they will ask the latest data. These are basically in which year this book was published. You should know that in the year 2007. So that was the time, was that time the world was very different, right? In 2007. This book was published in 2007. So everything has changed, right? So you should know the update data also. Okay, Artish? Huh. So everything has changed. 2007 from 2023, right? So you should know this update data. So you will find each and everything regarding this topic in Google. Try to search it and try to memorize each and every data. So if you write it down, that will be helpful for you. Okay, clear? Artish, if you have any question, ask. বুঝতে পারলে আর্টিস্ট, যদি কোনো কোয়েশ্চেন থাকে কোয়ারি থাকে, কারণ আমি একদম সিম্পলিস্টিক ওয়েতে সব জিনিসগুলো বললাম, একদম রিয়েল লাইফ ইনসিডেন্ট দিয়ে বেসিক্যালি, ঠিক আছে? সবসময় জিনিসগুলো ডেপথে বোঝা চালু করে চেষ্টা করবে, তাহলে কখনো ভুলবে না জিনিসগুলো, ঠিক আছে? কারণ সোশ্যাল সায়েন্স তোমার কনসেপ্টের উপর ডিপেন্ড করে সবকিছু, আর টাইম টু টাইম এগুলো চেঞ্জ হয়। এটা ম্যাথ না যে 2 আর 2 4 হবে, সারা জীবন ধরে সবসময় 4 হয়ে যাবে না। দেয়ার ইজ এ হিউজ ডিফারেন্স বিটুইন সোশ্যাল সায়েন্স অ্যান্ড বেসিক সায়েন্স। ওকে, তো সেইভাবে যে যেটা সাবজেক্ট যেরকম, তো সেটাকে সেই ওয়েতে দেখতে হবে। বুঝতে পেরেছো? হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ, ওকে ওকে, ঠিক আছে। তো চলো তাহলে আর্টিস, আবার দেখা হচ্ছে তাহলে আমাদের নেক্সট ক্লাসে। তো নেক্সট ক্লাসে উইল স্টার্ট ফ্রম চ্যাপ্টার নাম্বার what, চ্যাপ্টার নাম্বার 8। ওকে, চ্যাপ্টার নাম্বার 8 তো, হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ, ইন আওয়ার নেক্সট ক্লাস উইল স্টার্ট ফ্রম চ্যাপ্টার নাম্বার 8, দ্যাট ইজ সোশ্যাল মুভমেন্টস। ওকে, তো যা যা বললাম সেগুলো পড়ো, রিভাইজ দাও এবং কন্টিনিউয়াসলি নোট তৈরি করো। ওকে, রিভিশন না দিলে সব ভুলে যাবে, ঠিক আছে? কারণ এখানে আমি প্রচুর জিনিস বলেছি, প্রচুর ডাটা সহ। তো এগুলো ইউ শুড রিকল ইচ অ্যান্ড এভরিথিং। ওকে ওকে, ঠিক আছে, চলো তাহলে আবার দেখা হচ্ছে নেক্সট ক্লাসে। ওকে।